Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. What's kicking, Sagittarius? Happy New Year. We made it through 2020. Congratulations. Happy to have you guys here. We're going to do love and romance messages first, and then we will hop into career, money, and finances. Timestamps are right down below. So let's go ahead and channel that Sagittarian energy and split the deck for their love messages. All right, let's do it. Someone's got a Scorpio. Someone's got, oh, well, maybe not, as the Ten of Swords comes out. Okay, so Death card, as most of you know in tarot, this is not a literal death, though, I mean, if something has already transpired, sure, take it and run with it. I don't predict death. This is very likely a Scorpio. If it's not a Scorpio, it's talking about the ending of a cycle. In which case, if you're ending a relationship, whether it was with a Scorpio or not, it's saying you're throwing yourself into work. The thing is, I think you're enjoying it. I actually don't view this as a scenario where you are slapping a band-aid on something because you don't actually want to do the internal healing work. This is a message that has come up a lot in Capricorn season because Capricorns are workers, right? They're that 10th house business, career, finance type sign, and we're in that now, so it's a great time to get your finances in order. Yes, this is a love reading. The thing is, I think some of you may have finally decided to, kind of cut ties with something. Do you see how there's like it's hanging by a thread there? I think it was heavy-hearted. I think there was maybe something bittersweet about like I don't feel good about this, but I know it's what I need to do right now. And this could even be protecting your energy from a lower vibrational person. It doesn't have to be an ex or a lover. I am reading for romantic love, but certainly this could be a family member. This could be someone you just don't jive with anymore. I think it was a long time coming. In fact, I think here there's a message of if we could just hold it together a little bit longer, but it's almost like the inevitable truth is there. Like someone's bringing the sword down. And if it wasn't you, maybe it was the universe. Maybe there was some sort of almost like a tower moment. I don't know if it was a tower moment, but like a circumstantial, like we just can't get together at this point, right? Maybe it's distance between you guys, or whether that's, physical, emotional, whatever it is. The thing is, I see you throwing yourself into your work and actually being very happy. I think it's not only a good pastime for you, and I want to be clear, it doesn't have to be something that is necessarily lucrative, but something you enjoy doing with your hands, right? That's Capricorn season. Digging your hands in the earth, cleaning out a closet, painting your house, playing the ukulele. I learned how to do that, sort of. Anyway, doing something that's, it gets you excited, it gets your passion going, right? Because you are a fire sign, but it's also very practical. And for some of you, there is a good price tag attached to it, right? You could make money off of this skill, this hobby, this work endeavor, right? Maybe you're building a website for your business. Maybe you're building your business out of your home. There is an ending here, and I think you're still grappling with, I almost feel like it's the acceptance of it. The Ten of Swords indicates something ended, and it could have been a long time coming or a brutal ending, something you weren't wanting or anticipating. Ultimately, the silver lining to this card is accepting that it did happen, and also recognizing it wasn't for nothing, even though it frequently feels like it. This says that there is something to be salvaged from the situation, but it's the lessons, the swords, the information, the knowledge. That's what you can take from this. And I just said the exact same thing to Aries, or no, was it Scorpio? And okay, it was Scorpio. So some of you may be dealing with another Scorpio. They have the same card, and I gave them this whole lecture or lesson, however you want to say it, of something has ended and yet you're still reaching out like, no, if I could just one more, like, do you see how she's reaching for that, like, witch's broom, right? It's like, if I could just fly away from this. I think there's a desire to move away from it. And so, okay, I'm going to go back on what I said. If there's a desire to move away from this and not go through the proper channels of healing and, again, acquiring the information, spending time in that energy of understanding why this happened or what mistakes were made, or even if it wasn't a mistake, what would I do differently next time? Rather than rushing off to the next big adventure or the next new relationship, it's almost like sitting in this energy and almost like toiling with it. Like fiddling with it, doing something with that energy that is productive. Again, it's not you know, rocking yourself in the corner, crying, going, how could this have happened? You know, sure, that might be part of the healing process for you, but then after that, what's next? I think that's what the universe is asking you, and some of you have a really good idea of something that you want to build, or I'm hearing the word acquire, so I don't know if you're acquiring materials or property or an inheritance. Something about the term, the word acquire is coming to mind. So are you joining a singing choir? Okay, I'm a cheeseball, just kidding. Yeah, so a lot of you are still, I don't know if it's defensive of an ending. This could have been a relationship someone else ended. Your card, it's one of your cards, Sagittarian energy, 9 of Wands, is coming up here, and it fell right on the 10 of Swords. So again, that's sort of what I'm getting at, is there's an ending that someone really resisted, or really, it's like we're really trying to glue this rope back together, but it's never going to be the same. So understand, if this is a relationship, and it likely is, I'm reading for love and romance, it's not to say this couldn't get back together in the future, but again, I'm saying the exact same thing I said to Aries just before you guys. There's something important here about understanding this is not the time to mend. I know that sounds kind of silly. It's about really yourself. So working on yourself and working on your money, your finances, anything involving the home. We think of earth energy, which is all about our money, our possessions, our home, our bodies, our family, right? Things of that sort. That's sort of what we're focused here, or what you're being asked to focus on. I know we're trying to read for love here, but I just can't deny the fact that there's some sort of career, I'm hearing the word enterprise, some sort of endeavor that it could be quite lucrative, but you're also going to enjoy the process tremendously. So some of you are almost going to have an epiphany about something you just naturally do for fun, right? Just, you know, for shits and giggles, as they say. You're going to realize, oh, I could make money off of this. I could start a YouTube channel. I could, you know, start a blog. I could start a, you know, whatever it is, there's something you already do. It's a skill or a talent or a hobby or just a pastime that I don't think many of you've never even had that light bulb of, hey, maybe I could make this, if not a career, like a nice little side hustle, some side income. That is going to be a great area of focus for you in the coming month or two. Don't resist the change. Understand that if the universe brought the sword down, did I just say universe? The universe brought the sword down on something, and ultimately I'm sort of getting, it is what it is. Whether it was in your control or out of it, it's understanding, okay, something ended. So I can resist it and fight it and deny it, or I can embrace it and like get my shit together and get back to work. Now, back to work can mean back to work on anything, right? But make sure it's something practical that's adding to your life, and it's almost like the idea of planting seeds so that they can bloom and grow later on. Setting yourself up for future success. All right, I'm here for love. We're going to read for love. I'm not getting too much. I think I'm going to switch decks. I think that was a very singular message for some of you who are going through a breakup or an ending. It does indicate to me you guys are feeling it. It is tremendously heavy, but again, rather it's like, what is that expression? It's like trying to hold on to a pile of sand. It's slipping through your grip, and you know it is, but it's like, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to hold on to it. Universe is like, I got to be careful. I don't want to offend anyone. Universe is like, it's gone. It's not there anymore. Like you just can't contain it anymore. And again, I'm sort of wanting to say, it's out of your control, so it's about acceptance. It's about acknowledging that, yes, this is happening. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I desired. But you know what? I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm going to continue to kick ass for my own good. It's almost like standing firm in your ground, standing on your own 2 feet. And I'm even going to say making a positive out of what could potentially be a negative situation. Is it really a negative situation, or is that just your perspective on it, right? I'm just going to pose that question to you. All right, enough of that. Let's read for love. Friends Tarot, really? I keep pulling this out, and I don't know if I love this deck yet. I love the show, friends. You know what though? I'm not gonna deny it. It came through for me on the Scorpio reading, so maybe that'll be the same. Tell me about Sagittarius' love life. Let's channel some Sagittarian energy. What is the most important messages they need to hear and see in the month of January 2021? Happy New Year! Timeline of manifestation is up to you, Sag. So these are the energies available to you. Use them how you like. Okay, here we go. For love, romantic love. Ooh, there's an offer coming in, possibly from an earth sign. Ooh, it's a very good offer. Knight of Pentacles. My favorite knight to see in someone who's offering a relationship, because it's solid. It's something tangible. It's not the hopeless romantic idea of what could be. It's not the moving impulsively with that sort of sexual desire that's going to burn out very quickly, right? It's saying, no, this is something, again, the seed you can plant, it could grow into something magnanimous is the term I used. I didn't even know I knew that word. Something magnanimous. I feel like that's appropriate for Sagittarius. gargantuan, ginormous. Jupiter energy is the Wheel of Fortune. So something that can grow and expand, something that will carry over into the next few months, few years, whatever you want it to be, possibly with your Leo. I see strength. Someone who's an athlete or someone who has a lot of energy. You may connect with someone on some sort of sports league, or, I mean, it could be any sort of like club or, you know, group of people, but someone who's an athlete, like I'm seeing someone lacing up their sneakers. So maybe you're hitting the gym more or focusing on your body, or maybe that's going to be your person. You may meet this person at the gym, right? And for some of you, if you're already with an earth sign and it seems to be moving along steady, I think it will continue to do so. Obviously, this isn't for everybody, but if that makes sense to you, Sag, by all means, take it and run with it. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn are my earth signs. Wheel of Fortune. This may be someone who has a different ethnic background than you, or a different ethnicity, a different, can even be like a different religious practice. There's something, I'm sort of hearing the term like foreign, so, you know, that can be interpreted in multiple different ways, but I feel like their family background, their upbringing, their ancestry, it might be different than yours, and that's something, I don't know if it's of interest to you, or you met regarding something, like, I don't know, like a world travel group. I don't even know what that means, Sagittarius, you know what I mean. There's something different about this person's upbringing or background, and I think you both are intrigued by each other. And what's really interesting, it's like there's a lot of learning opportunities between you guys. You get to learn about each other's culture. All right, let's see. So it could be a Cancer or a Pisces, the High Priestess. I see wedding vows. So some of you may be, if it's not a literal wedding vow, it might be, some of you are writing in your diary, or you wrote a poem about this person, or you wrote lyrics about them, or there's something about it. It's in the books. It's in the history book. So again, history, ancestry, that's very important in this message, especially because the High Priestess is a card of Cancer, which rules the 4th house. That is all about our ancestry, our history, our past, our family dynamics. So something about the history book. So maybe some of you are history teachers. That wouldn't surprise me, Sagittarius. If not, it's a metaphor. It's something about you guys are going to like make the history books. You're gonna rewrite the history books. And maybe that does have to do with, I know this is kind of a bizarre message. I hope I'm doing it justice, but it's almost like the blending of different cultures in your family. It's changing the history books. It's like a new line of ancestry or lineage. Something about that is very important. There may be an inheritance coming to you, especially from your mother's side. And I'm also seeing jewelry, so something about the passing of a jewelry or a valued item, a valuable possession, that it has to do with your family history. It doesn't have to be jewelry. It could be a million different things, whatever. Sorry, I have to cough. Give me a second, Sag. Excuse me. I should remember to edit that out. Maybe some of you are going to be editing movies. All right, so I see something about moon cycles too. So some of you may be starting like a moon manifestation journal and, you know, making hopes and dreams and wishes and manifestations on the new moon. And you may be really focused on like the celestial bodies, lunar activities. That might be that might be your person as well. So I know this is a love reading, but it has something to do with your person. So I guess these are just confirmations for, you know, to know if this is your story or not. And yeah, okay, so some of you are contemplating making a big step with this person. It could be moving in with them. It could be getting an engagement ring from them or to them, or, you know, whoever is receiving or giving it. Marriage vows. Some of you are writing out your marriage vows and you're planning a very successful future with this person. Some of you may be coming at you with some sort of important proposal. It could be a ring, Sagittarius. Again, I am seeing jewelry, so if that's the case, it's almost like they got their mother's or their grandmother's wedding ring and now they're giving it to you. It could be something like that. Silver and gold, yeah, there's huge things about elements and like crystals and jewelry here. Anyway, moving on. 10 of Wands. So some of you are exiting a lot of you are moving in together. Some of you are exiting a job that you didn't like anyway, but okay, so here's a message. These are being blended in. I don't know why. I'm trying to read for love, but I'm getting career messages, so whatever. If you're here for it, you're here for it. Some of you left a job impulsively and now you're regretting it. But again, it's sort of this message of, okay, whether you chose to end it or it ended. So rather than like reaching back out like, oh, I'm sorry, I want my job back, you know, focus on something else. Use your time wisely and practically. I don't know if, you know, it could have been a layoff. I don't try to predict scary things on my channel, but I got to do this with integrity. So there may be an ending of employment or of a job, but again, it's not the only job out there. So take a breath. Don't beat yourself up, right? Acknowledgement, acceptance of where you're currently at, and Ultimately, Wheel of Fortune says blessings are coming your way. So whatever you're dealing with now that is burdensome, it's the ending of it. The 10 is like the closing out of a cycle. So here it's a cycle that is very burdensome. It's a lot to deal with. It's heavy, right? You're moving into a cycle of blessings and, you know, abundance, all those fun little tarot words we like to use, especially with your Cancer, your earth sign, or possibly a Sagittarius. It could also be a Pisces. Yeah, wedding. Some of you are planning a wedding and you're overwhelmed. Some of you are moving in with your person, or your person is moving in with you, and it's a huge process. It may have costed a lot more than you were anticipating. So that's what I mean. It's not necessarily something terrible, but it's burdensome, right? It doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't have to mean a layoff, but it could be like, this is like, you know, $2,000 over budget. Like, where is this money coming from? Like, it could be something like that, right? All right, so some of you, okay, so if you're not engaging with someone more, proposals, that sort of thing, a lot of my Sagittarians out there are newly single, and you're not digging it. And obviously this isn't everybody's story, you know, more power to you if you're single and loving it and living your best life, cool. I'm here to help those who are kind of in this, something ended and it didn't end well, and now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, that's sort of the vibe I'm getting here. So how do we help Phoebe? Help Phoebe Buffet. Let's see. 4 of Cups. What can I tell my Sagittarians? The thing is, I actually like this because to me it's saying most of you are not necessarily lingering on the recent breakup. Sometimes 4 of Cups can indicate, you know, there's a new blessing coming in, but you're ignoring the signs. You're not seeing this new person because you're so stuck on the past. I don't see that here because she's not looking down at those cups, indicating, you know, sometimes it can be, you know, past loves or lost lovers or whatever. I think this is the idea of someone new, but they're not here yet. It's like you can't see them. Maybe you, again, full moon manifestations and moon intentions. I keep kind of getting kind of that spiritual side of my Sagittarians, which is beautiful. I think you're putting out the signals. You're showing the universe you're ready for something new, but it's not showing up. And I think you're frustrated by the delay, by the stagnancy of your love life. Okay, I don't mean to offend, but there's some message here. It's like, don't be desperate. Like raise your vibration, Sagittarius, because I think you're at a point where you're getting so bored and tired of waiting. You're gonna hop right out there, and it's like you're gonna take any fish that you catch in your net. I'm gonna be real with you, Sagittarius. You're gonna catch a lot of fish. That doesn't mean they're going to be good for you. And I only say that because, you know, I say it to all my fire signs. You guys are bright. You're fire signs, right? You're attractive, you're pretty, you're fun, you're wild, right? I'm not just saying this to kiss your ass. It's fire signs. Like, I get it. You will catch a lot of, you know, fish in your net, however you want to say it. But I'm going to use my age-old metaphor, low-hanging fruit. Just because it's there and it's easy to grab and reach and bite the apple, it doesn't mean it's delicious. It's probably corroded with worms, right? But it's there and it's coming at you. So you're like, oh, okay, I'll try it. It's almost like you can do that. I'm never a tarot reader who's going to say, no, don't. I'm a tarot reader who will say, you know, is it best for you? You know, you have free will. You can do it, sure. But, like, raise the bar. Shoot higher. Aim higher. Because I think there's a message here of the boredom and the lacklusterness. You're kind of like, you're getting antsy. And I know, I'm sorry, I say this to you guys a lot, but I really do see it in your cards. It's like, you can settle for the one for, you know, if you're into one-night stands and stuff, that's cool. I'm not here to say you can't do that. But in the long run, is it going to make you happy? That's simply what I'm asking you, right? And you know the answer to that. Maybe you need the little hit it and quit it to feel good again. But then it's like, okay, well, can we recalibrate and focus on something bigger? Ultimately, Wheel of Fortune to me is saying think bigger, broader, you know, a wider perspective, and also futuristic type thinking with the High Priestess. She's very psychic. She's the direct messenger of, like, messages from spirit, from God, from communication, right? So it's saying, you know, in the moment, it's almost like you're looking for a quick fix, and that was the message that came out. This was an ending, so quick fix is not going to be the solution, not the long-term solution. So again, can you participate in, you know, one-night stands and all that? Absolutely. I'm telling you, you can. Should you? I don't know. It's up to you, Sag. Is it for your best interest? I would argue that universe is saying, can we think bigger? Can we aim higher? Can we stop doing, like, the in-betweeners? Like, what is it that you really want in love relationships, but you're too afraid to go after it? Because maybe you tried to go after it once and it didn't work out for you, right? So you've committed yourself to, oh, well, that could never be. Universe is like, I beg to differ. I think we should really aim for that this time. And again, if this is you, make practical steps to go towards it, right? Earth energy, practical. It's like bricks in the pathway. It's like building blocks to get to your destination. I'm hearing the song Fly Me to the Moon. Frank Sinatra. The High Priestess represents, again, kind of that Cancerian moon energy. Something about the moon. I don't know. Again, like moon magic, moon manifestations. I don't I don't know, Sagittarius, and that might mean something to someone out there. Maybe that's the logo of your business and you're designing something with a moon, or you have a piece of jewelry in the shape of a moon, or I don't know what that is. It may have to do with your mother, right? The moon frequently represents mother, and oh, okay, motherhood, maternity. Are you family planning? Anyway, sorry, back to my sad Sagittarius who's getting antsy. How do we help Sagittarius here? You're in the in-between. You've plateaued, and a lot of you, it feels like you've plateaued into singlehood, and you're just like, this is the worst. You will get through it, Sag. Practice patience. Earth signs, Capricorn, right? Some of you may have very strong Capricorn in your chart if you're a cusper, right? They're the slowest moving, aren't they? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but he's also the one I'd place my bets on because he's not worried about the timeline. He's worried, or I shouldn't say worried, focused on the success, the long term. If I plant the seeds, I'm not going to see the flowers tomorrow, but if I do all the work and water it and give it sunlight, I'm going to yield some pretty good crops at the end of it. That is your mentality in dating right now. Some of you may end up having to wait a very long time on an earth sign or a Cancer. And the thing is, I feel like you're already with them, but you're looking to make it exclusive, or you're looking for something more. You're wanting to make big plans to do something with this person. And they're like, yeah, maybe, like someday. And you're just like, what? Like, let's do it right now. There's an impulsivity, and I feel like the universe is, not to punish you, but you're getting shut down. A lot of the, let's do this and let's do that. Universe is like, no, we're not going to do that. And you're just like, what? There's frustration. All right, sorry. I'm actually going to help you. Switch decks. I get so distracted. I'm sorry, Sag. These are actually really beautiful messages, though. Like, I understand there was a difficult ending, and, take the proper time to heal, but you guys are going to be just fine. You have good things coming in, but your ultimate lesson right now is, can you practice patience? You've had to learn that lesson before in the past, and if you feel like you're in a continuous cycle of something goes really right and then it gets taken away, there's a karmic lesson there that you're being asked to focus on. What are you actually being asked to learn from this? Again, changing the history books. Excuse me. Changing your future, changing your destiny, not always doing things in the same way you've always done them, so you get different results. Better results, not lackluster results where you end up doing all the work in a relationship and your person's just sitting there like, duh, I don't know what I want, I'm not really sure, like I like you, but we're done with that, Sag. We don't need those people. Complacent people who don't know what they want, who's got time for that, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. A lot of you are making plans to travel and it's delayed. Traveling with your kitty cat. Ooh, your 10 of Cups. So some of you may be traveling to see someone who you're going to engage with long term. Someone who you maybe view as a soulmate or a life partner. Some of you are going to visit your children if your children live at a distance, or you may be going to visit family. You may also be at a crossroads between needing or wanting, fill in the blank, to either go see your family versus a lover, or it could be your spouse is working in a different city right now, and there's sort of a, what do you call that? A crossroads of the location you choose of who you want to be near. Yeah, there's a crossroads in traveling, but it's almost like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I know that's kind of a cheesy metaphor, but I'm getting whatever is at a distance, it's worth the wait. In the long term, it will be very satisfying and exciting. But again, there's a period of, needing to follow the rainbow to go chase it or go get it. And unfortunately, this is a monthly reading, give or take a month or two. This energy will change. But right now, there's something about you're not going anywhere. And I don't say that as like a death sentence, Sag. Please don't be offended by that. It's just what I see in the cards. And again, you have free will. You can listen to this and be like, no, thank you. I see it being very slow. It could be that you're making slow progress, or it's a slow process to get to the pot of gold, right? But it's saying you will get there, but it's not going to be instantaneous. You barely have any wands here, and wands are about action and forward, swift movement, travel, right? You have a lot of earth. You have a lot of like, let's just hunker down. Let's ground ourselves. There's stagnation. I don't know what else to tell you. So some of you are contemplating a divorce too, if you're currently married or in a long-term commitment. What's on the other side of this? And it may involve your earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or possibly a Cancer. Okay, so if this isn't someone new coming in, it could be you deciding to exit something. That's not the main message though, because it does say Wheel of Fortune. So if you are ending a long-term relationship or a divorce, I think it would be on your own accord because you see it as opening yourself up to more opportunities. It would be like freedom from a relationship that maybe it's just moving too slow for you. For my Sagittarians who are like, put a ring on it and your person's just doing the, duh, I don't know what I want. Maybe you guys are like, all right, well, you're going to lose me then. So that's what I mean. Whether, if you are disengaging from someone, I think you're the one doing it for the most part. And I think you realize, you know, I saw this person as my 10 of cups, but they don't really see me as that. So what am I doing here? That could account for what this feels like too. The ending of it's bittersweet, or not bittersweet. It's like, I don't want to let go, but it just feels like that sword is coming down. So again, the message here is embrace it. Embrace the cycle you're in right now. You know, ultimately, these are both cards of cycles. In fact, all the 10s, right? You have multiple cards of cycles, right? The Death card is a card of cycles. The Wheel of Fortune, it's circular, right? Cyclical cycle, right? This could come back around later, but I almost feel like it's one of those cliche things like, oh, well, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's almost like if you say you're going to break up with someone, but you always kind of stay, well, nothing's ever going to change because you're not holding yourself accountable or your person for wanting to make those changes together. I also think this is a card, it's almost like an homage to Temperance, which is your card. It's like, we got to mix up the ingredients. Something here is just plateaued. It's stagnant. It's feeling more burdensome than enjoyable. So we got to shake it up. We got to mix it up and like get the love back or move on to find new love. Some of you may end up moving in with your mother, which I'm not sure you're stoked about, but I do see that happening for some of you. And then some of you are manifesting new love, possibly with a Virgo or a Gemini. Somebody who's like a little witch. They're into like, you know, the whole like astrology, hippy dippy, crystal, Reiki, all that fun stuff that I'm into or trying to be into. Yeah, it's like they're like an earth witch, right? I'm using that term in a positive way. They're very into like the elements and earth and again, moon cycles, all that kind of stuff. And roses, I'm seeing roses. So somebody may be giving you roses, especially your water sign Sagittarius. You may get a big bouquet of roses, yellow roses, red roses, it doesn't matter. That could even be someone's name or a last name or a middle name, something about rose. It could even be like, I don't know if it's a street address, you know, like Red Rose Circle or something like that. Something about roses is important regarding your water sign and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, it could be male or female, especially for my same-sex couples. I'm seeing a lot of male energy here. But again, Wheel of Fortune, and ultimately, this is such a cool depiction of the Wheel of Fortune because it says, if you're stuck in a rut right now, if life is feeling like this, just give it a little time because see how it's changing seasonally? This idea of planting seeds for future success, this is about yielding positive results, but they don't come in instantly. You have to be patient, but you still have to push through it. You have to do some work now and set yourself up for future success. This will change seasonally. So, you know, where I'm at, it's kind of winter-like, right? So depending on where you're at, the passing of the season, so let's go ahead and say, I don't know, spring or something like that, you may have a new person coming in the changing of the season, a changing of the guard, especially your water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This may actually happen when you move in with a parent. Or parents, or I'm going to say a family member. I'm getting very strong maternal energy here. So it could be opposite. You could be moving out from mom's house or moving in. Doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. But I'm saying you may connect with someone in the process of doing that. So not all is lost, especially for my Sagittarians who are feeling really like lackluster about having to move in with someone and kind of like lose your freedom or your independence. It's like, oh, I lost my job. I have to move in with my sister or this or that. Just you wait, because there's actually a really beautiful blessing that comes from this. But again, it's about doing the work that is practical for your life right now. You know, if you just lost your job, God forbid, it's probably not practical to go and buy a new place or an apartment you can't afford, right? It's saying, you know, you may have to whittle down some finances to get to that next level, to get to that changing of the season, changing of the guard, because good things are going to come in, but you're still in the process of manifesting them, especially your lover, your King of Cups, your, you know, it doesn't have to be a male, but for a lot of you, it seems like you're trying to manifest a water sign. Some of you, and this doesn't have to be a brand new person, some of you may just have a crush on a water sign or you're interested in a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, the wheel is turning in your favor, so I would say keep manifesting, right? Keep living your best life. Keep doing things for you. But yeah, be open to abundance and unexpected blessings that the universe is trying to throw your way. And so this whole thing about being at a crossroads of, I want to live near my family, but I love my person, and I want to, like this and that, just to let you know, there is no right and wrong answer, Sagittarius. And I know some of you are like, that can't be right. It is. There's no right or wrong answer. Because look, one side you have 10 of Cups, that's the Cinderella story, that's the fairy tale ending. The other side you have the Wheel of Fortune. So either way, there is no right or wrong. I'm being called to say again, it's about your perspective. It's all about how you view the matter. Maybe you're going to get the best of both worlds, right? Maybe you're going to live a bi-coastal life or whatever the hell this is. It's positive in both directions. The only other way I could view this is, again, if 10 of Cups is representing what was at one point in time your Cinderella story, but it isn't anymore. Again, if this is a divorce from a husband, a wife, or whatever, it's saying, okay, once you disengage from that, you know what's waiting for you on the other side? The damn Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. Expansion, luck, good fortune, destiny, fate, new cycles. Sagittarius, this is a kick-ass reading. So don't be glum. I know some of you are not feeling it right now. Things are going to change in a positive direction. Look at your track history. Look at your track record. You're still here. You're still doing it. It hasn't been easy. I can see that in the cards, but that doesn't mean that everything you do moving on is going to be a death sentence or going to be, you know, arduous and painful. I think you're past the worst of it when you decide to embrace the new cycle. All right, one more quick message on love, and we're going to talk about your career and finances. Tell me about this new person that Sagittarius is manifesting. Blue. Something about the color blue. Do they have a blue car or blue eyes or a pet named Baby Blue? I don't know. True Blue, Baby, I Love You. That Madonna song. You're manifesting Madonna. Just kidding. All right. Yeah, new love. Ace of Cups. Again, water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This could be literally any zodiac sign, though, because Cups and Tarot represent our heart space, who we love, what we do with our love. This can sometimes be an emotional outpouring, too. It can be cathartic crying, right? Letting it out, releasing the emotion. Or it can be happy tears. Maybe you're reuniting with family who you haven't seen in years, and you're like, oh my God, I've missed you. Happy tears, Sagittarius. Are you releasing cathartically the energy, the emotions tied to this very severe or unhappy ending? Have you actually dealt with it? Have you coped with it? Or did you slap the Band-Aid on it because you didn't want to think about it? Again, you know, it's up to you how you want to do this, but yeah, you have healing in order. This card has come up a lot too, and I mean, it could also be a timestamp, right? We're in Capricorn season now. What follows is Aquarius. This is the star of healing. It comes in after the Tower card. The Tower card is the holy shit, what's going on in my life? Nothing makes sense. It's about to, right? With a little illumination from the star, a little connection to the divine, a focus on your internal healing, your introspection. It's like the stars are going to realign and you're going to have a new perspective on things. This also always reminds you have not been forgotten. The universe still sees you. Whatever you're going through now, it's a challenge, it's a struggle. Ultimately, though, you're going to chalk it up to it's a lesson. I took away the emotional lesson tied to what I went through, and now I'm ready to go back out there and kick ass. A lot of my Sagittarians who have strong Scorpio in their chart, you have new love coming in. Again, Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini. Oh, so many cards, Sag. You're killing me. Yeah, you're moving on. Some of you may have lost somebody, a friend, a family member. I don't predict death, but just quite frankly, I can see some of you are dealing with the loss and the grieving process of someone in your life. It could be the ending of a relationship. It's almost like whatever pain you were feeling, you may end up assisting other people in the grieving process, and by default, it's like helping yourself. I know that's sort of a muddled message, but that's what I'm getting. Dealing with the passing, moving on, the loss of something, going from sort of rocky waves of emotion to sort of the calm and smooth sailing, finding mental clarity, peace of mind about the situation. There's something about giving back. Giving back to humanity, giving back to the community, giving your time and energy to the people you love, and maybe, I'm not saying you took them for granted, but maybe you were so focused on the ex that you kind of let things slide through the, you know, like sand through the hourglass. You let things slide with your family, and now it's like you're paying, I don't say paying your dues because it makes it sound like it's a chore. It's not. It's like you're bringing your cup of love to people who you really want to give your time and attention to. Some of you may be participating in like charity events or giving back to the community or raising funds and doing something with donations. I don't know what that has to do with your love life, but hey, maybe you meet somebody participating in that. That could also be a new job offer that comes in, because look, there is messages of love and communication coming to you, or that could be you moving towards it. For those who are wanting to travel and go see your sweetheart, you will be able to do it, but it's taking some effort right now, right? It's almost like the waters are not ready. I just heard the water is too hot. What does that mean? The water's too hot. It's too fiery. I don't know. The fire's too hot. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's like, it has almost like a sexual energy to it. The fire's too hot. I don't know. The water's too hot. The fire's too hot. I don't know what that means. Anyway, moving on. Again, movement with movement and love. Anytime you see a knight, it's bringing change and movement into your life. It's messages of warmth and love and spirituality. It could be family. It could be romantically, right? Things are moving in the right direction. It may feel slow and stagnant. This is asking you to have faith. Sixes are great cards. Any six in tarot, it's a victory. It's going to be yours. Can you practice patience? When you make it to the end of the rainbow, maybe to see your fire sign, your Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You guys may have warm messages coming in from a fellow fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, and there's marriage. There might be marriage with a fire sign. Or a Taurus, for that matter. Commitment with fiery passion and desire. Who's sticking out here? Is this your King of Swords? I feel like it is. Yup, there he is. There's your King of Swords. Some of you are still getting over a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone you had to distance yourself from, or someone who, they're just really draining on your energy. It's like they're there, but are you really enjoying it? And that may not even be romantic. That could be like a best friend or something. It's like, I think you're doing some cutting, right? That he's bringing down the sword. It's harsh. It's a heavy energy because I don't think you want to do it. I don't think you want to be the heavy. I don't think you want to disappoint this person, but it is ultimately about doing what's best for your energy. Four of Cups again, complacency, boredom, stagnation. It's either working through it and making the best out of it, or it's understanding, yeah, I really do need to mix it up. It's time to change up the ingredients because I'm not getting what I want. So it's kind of like refocusing your life, refocusing your manifestations. Yeah, some of you, your motherhood is in your future, especially with your Cancer. So Cancer, Taurus, two cards of Taurus, possibly a Libra. Some of you are going to have children, and it might be one of those zodiac signs, particularly a Cancer. A Cancer might be coming to visit you, and you may end up working or having a very positive business collaboration with a Taurus or a Libra. In any case, it's like there's a commitment for life. It's something where it's going to be written in the stars. Again, the idea of changing the history books, you might be giving birth to a Cancer. And then something about a brother, a Taurus brother, I don't know, someone who has strong Taurus in their chart, a musician. It's strong. There's something strong there. And that may be romantic too. So anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about your career and finances. Oh my God, Sagittarius, this video is too long. Oh my Lord. Okay, moving on. Career and finances. Sorry, you guys are going to get a short one because I over-talked on love. Who doesn't love love? All right. Let's connect with Sagittarius about career, money, and finances. What are the messages Sagittarius needs to hear about career, money, and finances in the month of January 2021? Timeline of manifestation is up to them. All right, career, money, and finances. Here we go. What's the story? Six of Pentacles. All right. So reciprocity. I said this to you in your love reading too. It's like giving back to the community, participating in charity events, raising funds, raising money. You could be doing a Kickstarter for your own business. You might be raising money for yourself, for your business. That's fine. But yeah, I'm seeing like flyers and like message boards. It's like you're trying to amp or get some sort of hype, or what is that word? It's like you're trying to spread the message of your business. Maybe you're just starting something or you're about to launch your website. You're like drumming up intrigue or whatever that is. Yeah, for something new. So it's not newly, you're newly releasing it to the public. It's new in the way you're showing it to people, but it's something that you've been building behind the scenes. So that launch date may be coming up. In fact, it might be in Capricorn season. If not, I almost see it succeeding during an earth sign month. So if it's not Capricorn, it would probably be in Taurus, right? So Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. So that's giving you kind of like a 5-month span to like get your nest egg together, get your ducks in a row, because you're launching something big and there's a lot of money attached to it. You may have had to spend a lot of money to invest in it or start something, but I think the payback will yield positive results with the Ace of Pentacles. But again, it might be a slow buildup. It's earth energy. It's slow moving, but it's almost... I hate to say this because I don't want to paint false hope. So again, take it if it's your message, but it almost feels like there's like a surefire guarantee it will make money. It's just a timing of when. I hope that makes sense. You may be doing something with the body. I don't know if you're like an athlete or an athletic trainer, or you could even be doing something with like I'm seeing like nail salon. So I'm going to say like beautification of the body, you know, spray tans, makeup, hair, doing something with the body. It could be drawing form figures if you're an artist. You might be doing modeling, Sagittarius, or photography for that matter. I don't know if you're the model or the photographer, but I'm seeing both. You may even be the lighting guy. The lighting guy in the corner, the one adjusting the boom mic. Are you making porn? Is that what you're doing, Sag? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. All right, so Judgment with Sagittarius, 9 of Wands. Okay, a lot of you are exhausted because it feels like you've put in a ton of work with something and you're just not seeing the results. You're going to have an awakening. It's almost like just as you're about to quit something, you have this moment of, wait a minute, I've put like 5 years of my life into this. I'm not just going to give up now. And it's like, that was your ultimate test. It was like that last little bit of effort, that last little push you put into it, then you become the Queen of Wands, Sagittarius. So quite literally you, Temperance, Sagittarius has an awakening, an epiphany, a judgment call about something they've been working on. They go back to the past and they realize, this ain't done. Like, I'm so close to the end. Why would I quit now? It's putting in that extra time, that extra energy, that extra muscle, right? It's working your way in there. And it's like, I am not taking no for an answer. Like, I am going to make this mine. And universe is like, oh, okay. The universe is like, I was confused. Are we giving up? Are we not? And you're like, no, I'm not giving up. And universe is like, oh, okay, cool. I'm here too then. I'll help you. That's what I mean. The Queen of Wands is frequently a card of entertainment industry type stuff. So actors, singers, dancers, musicians, comedians, whatever. Again, being in the limelight as a fire sign, you are the light. When you enter the room, you bring the light with you, right? So there's something very alluring or appealing or attractive about either you or what you're offering, your product, your service. So that's what it means. Something you do, it does garner a lot of attention, but I think it's been a process of working up to that. So it's kind of like, much like your love reading, you hit a plateau and it's like, well, what do I do now? Am I in or am I out? It's up to you, Sag. There are no wrong answers. If your heart isn't in it, if you don't love doing this, then sure, seek other outlets, seek new opportunities. But if you put all your heart and soul and your blood, sweat, and tears into something, you're like, why am I not seeing the money? Why am I not seeing the results? Fine tune it a little bit. But this to me is like, don't you dare give up. Like, this has angels guiding and protecting it, right? There's angels overhead as you participate in this final act or the final act. That makes me think like you're closing out a big epic movie script or storyline, or maybe you're writing a book. It comes together for you is what you're trying to say. A little action, a little endurance, a little bit more energy, a little extra drive and push, rekindling that fire, getting your motivation back. It works out lovely for you. Very much artistic careers. I always say this to you, Sagittarius, something involving healing, whether you're a light worker, whether you work in some sort of religious, I heard the word cult, careful with that, very careful with that. You know what I mean, spiritualist group, if you're leading the charge on some sort of, spiritual community or retreat or getaway, or whether you're a healer, like a light worker, a tarot card reader, whether you are literally a doctor or a nurse or a chiropractor, whatever it is you do, any career in healing, of course. Of course, Sagittarius, you will succeed in that. And if that's not you, that's okay too. Maybe this is encouraging you to be patient, to maintain equilibrium. Temperance, yeah. Again, there's two like angel cards. Like, you are divinely guided. This is not going to fail unless you tell the universe, I think it's going to fail. It's almost, they always say, whatever you manifest, say it like it's already happened. So if you're expressing and manifesting things with question or doubt or uncertainty, universe is going to be like, wait a minute, I thought you like, it's like universe I'm almost seeing in metaphor, of course, as like the puppy dog. Like, the minute you show like, oh my gosh, we should be scared, the dog looks at you like, oh my God, we should. It's very funny to me. Some of you, I don't know, some of you may be getting a pet or something about a dog or working with animals. There's just a funny metaphor, and it's making me laugh, so I think it's like a lighthearted message of you are sending signs to the universe without consciously doing it and knowing it. So it's like, this is so cute. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but it's like, for anybody who has a dog, right? They know the terms, they know the code. So you're like, do you want to go for, the dog starts like shaking its butt and wagging its tail. It's so excited because it knows, go for a walk, right? It's like the universe is anticipating your energy and what you're trying to do, and like you're hyping them up and not following through. It's like, I'm going to open my own tanning salon and it's going to be great. And like, I've crunched the numbers. I know how much it's going to take and I'm about to, oh no, I shouldn't. And the universe is like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh, like, it's really funny. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like, telling the dog you're going to go for oh, never mind. I'm just going to sit and watch Netflix. It's like, no, follow through. We're so close. We're so close to celebrating and stepping into our power, reaping the rewards for the plant or the seeds we've been sowing. Again, you know what's best for you, Sag, but if this is something that you love, You love to do it. You love making people happy. It makes you happy. They get something. You get paid. Like, it's win-win. There's reciprocity here. Why would you stop that? I just see something being very successful. All right, let's do a new message. Knight of Pentacles. Again, that was in your love reading. He will get it done. He's not concerned about the timeline. He's concerned. He's focused on doing it right. Doing it appropriately versus rushing the process, or I don't know, he's aware of his situation. He's working with earth. He's working with the elements. He's working with the universe, God, spirit. He's doing things on days that would be beneficial to start something, right? He's probably looking at his birth chart going, all right, well, the moon is in the second house. I'm just kidding. But kind of not, though. I mean, you guys are very spiritual, so why not research more about your birth chart? It would only be advantageous to you. See, if I started reading birth charts, that would be a great time to drop a little endorsement of, hey, and so I'll read your birth chart. I plan to do that, but I'm still learning. So hopefully I'll be reading birth charts by this time next year. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. All right. One more message about career and finances. How's money looking for Sagittarius? This could represent a job offer too, but it would be like a humanitarian type job. It could be that you get some sort of offer to, yes, come work with our team. We're going to give back to the community. I said something similar to another group. I think it was Aries. You may be working with, I know this is such a bizarre message, but like prisoners or people who are sort of isolated and kind of on the outskirts of society. You may be working in hospitals or a mental institution, and I don't mean to say that like unsympathetically. That's what they're called, right? There's probably a more PC term, but you might be working with people who are kind of, it's like their shadow side gets the best of them, and so they require extra time and help and attention, right? You may be coming in to, I don't know, do art healing therapy, to play music for them, to show them finger painting, like something about people who they need a little extra attention, and you show them love and you add value to their life by either spirituality or creativity. You may be offering loans or funds to a hospital or for something about medical equipment too. You may be giving out business loans or assisting in that anyway. Some of you know you're meant to be light workers and you're supposed to do something more spiritual based and you've been resisting it or denying it. And I don't know why. It's just saying, how long are we going to avoid this? What is inevitable? When are we going to start moving towards what we love to do? When are we going to stop justifying reasons why we should stay in the lackluster? Manifestation card again, the Magician. This is all to do with careers in science and technology, communication, messaging systems. It could be that you're doing something on the internet, but you may be a public speaker, like the master communicator is what this is. It's also sometimes a card of mixing up ingredients. So you may be a chef or a cook or doing something with ingredients. You may be making, I don't know, you may be making candles, like, you know, again, spiritual type based careers. This is all eyes on you, though. Again, you have multiple cards indicating you're going to be the center of attention. So this could be an actor, again, a singer, a dancer. It could even be a job in government or something where you're passing important, I don't know if it's like bills or making laws and rules and regulations. That's a very interesting career for you. So that doesn't sound, okay, that's very likely for people who have very strong Capricorn in their chart. Laws and rules and regulations. It's something to do with the government. It could be some sort of government job. It could be assisting with funding or something of the sort. I'm not getting much about money. There's not a lot of pentacles here. It doesn't mean you won't be making money. I think it's going to be a process. It's going to be slow. You have a lot of pentacles, though. Okay, so once I get to the bottom of this deck, we start seeing the good money cards come out. So again, it's a process. Don't expect miracles overnight, but start planting the seeds. I say this to you a lot. Some of you are going back to a career in the past that you abandoned because you didn't find success doing it the first time around, and yet whatever the hermit shines his lantern on is what you're supposed to go after. So the wounded warrior, nursing, medical type stuff, helping, people with PTSD who have mental health issues. Some of you are going to practice that. Some of you, that was you and you've recovered from it. And now you're using your skills and knowledge of coping and helping other people with the same issue. Others of you, it's just representing your defenses are up, your walls are up, even though universe is trying to get you to see that thing in your past, judgment that really made you happy, that brought a lot of balance and fun and equilibrium, the rainbow, the pot of gold, the sunshine, the abundance, something that you possibly abandoned in the past because it didn't work out once. The universe is saying, hey, can we shine our lantern on that again? And some of you are doing something with electricity and light. Yeah, that's funny. I said the guy in the corner adjusting the light. Maybe you're working on film sets and you're doing lighting, or maybe you're just an electrician or something about light workers, candlelight, something of the sort. Some of you are graduating, or you're, again, cycles, travel, movement. This would probably be world travel, so there may be a job that comes to you, but it would require you to travel a significant amount. You could live your life on the road. You may be traveling across seas to go do something. You may be a travel agent or helping other people travel. Some of you are stressed about committing to a job that you're not certain that you want. It's like you're letting the negative thoughts win, or the fear of making any decision. By default, you're not making a decision at all. The reason being it would require you to be the center of attention, and maybe that makes you uncomfortable. Really, Sag? No, I'm just kidding. It would require you to be the center of attention, or it's saying it would be a lifelong, not a lifelong, I apologize, a long-term commitment. It might be that you feel like you're signing your life away because you have to commit to something for a certain amount of years. And so it's saying, again, there are no right or wrong answers. You have to weigh out the positives, the negatives, the pros, the cons. Is it worth it in the long run? You can only control so much. That's really what this card says. It's an infinity loop. You know what to expect, but it's always going to be the same. You're always going to be juggling those two pentacles. Some of you are trying to play, again, the idea of prison and being locked away. If you're not literally working with prisoners or juvenile delinquents or whatever this is, and I know you're laughing. Some of you are, though. That will make sense to some of you out there. It's almost saying you've locked your head in this prison of, oh my gosh, well, I want to do this, but I can't. Universe is saying, commit to the one that is lucrative, but plan your exit strategy and start to incorporate more of that. Do two at the same time, as long as you're not stressed out doing it. If you're stressed out doing it, then it's not good for your energy. It's not going to be worth it. But can you make more time to do that thing that brings you happiness, that brings you peace of mind, that allows you to just take a breath and enjoy life again? All right, Sag, that's what I got for you. If you made it this far, God bless you. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in those comments below what resonates for you, Sag. Have a beautiful, kick-ass 2021. I will see you in a week or two for more tarot. Bye, guys.